This conference.
Yeah. So today we want to discuss about Linux. Okay. So I think many of you will be comfortable with Linux, but for those who are not, we will get through that. So what is Linux? So it's an operating system, simply. Now, when I say operating system, that means it has kernel, okay, and plus utility for application, I would say, applications for human. That's all. When you say human, that means operating system like a UI, sometimes you have bash, you have many other commands which you have, which you can use it. Okay. Now, in simple way, if you remove the Docker session, in that I said the operating system come from the image, right? There is one image which you need to deploy the operating system. It can be physical machine, it can be virtual machines, correct? It can be physical server and it can be virtual server. Okay, now what is a virtual server? We'll discuss in some time. So physical server or virtual server, both we need the image. We need an image, and that's called OS image actually. Okay, so don't get confused with the Docker image with OS image. In the last sessions also I said these are separate one. So OS image, which you install in the physical server or virtual server, contains primarily four kind of file system, which we discuss also. I hope you remember: boot plus root plus applications, user plus application. I hope you remember. So these are the file systems it contains. Okay, so boot means kernel, root means it can be different flavor of OS like CentOS, Fedora, Ubuntu, Windows 10, 11, 12, like that. Users like maybe root or administrator, and app means anything. So for example, let me put it up here. This is a kernel plus here it can be flavor of Linux, flavor of Linux or Windows plus root or administrator plus application. It can be ls or something like that. Ls, ts, df. These are the applications you will find in in operating system, more often Linux one. So this is the stuff which you get. Now the question is, the question is, are we going to work with the physical servers Linux? The answer is no. We are going to work most of the time, 99% time, you will work on the Linux or Windows, which is on the virtual machines. Okay. So the question is then, how do we get virtual machines? How, first of all, what is virtual machines? What is virtual machines? So yesterday, I hope, last class, I hope you remember that I did discuss about container plus VM model. Okay. So in this case, I'll tell you a simple way. Please understand. So virtual machine means a machine which can created inside a machine. Okay. So something like this, let's understand. This is your kernel, hardware. And on top of that, we install the operating system. So we have one operating system. This can be some kernel and OS. Now on top of that, typically we install one software, and this software we call it hypervisor. Okay, so this is hypervisor. So have you heard about this? Any hypervisor? Anyone? Have you heard about that
Yes.
hypervisor? Anyone?
Oracle VM, um, VMware workstations and all.
Yeah, same thing.
It
So
manages virtual machines under AWS also as a part of architectural component.
yeah, so AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, your own personal computer, or anywhere says private cloud, anywhere we use a hypervisor. Hypervisor manages what? This virtual machines. One virtual machines, two virtual machines, three virtual machines, four virtual machines. Now in the virtual machines, again, you have operating system. This is OS layer. So here you have OS layer here, okay? And similarly, you have OS layer here also. OS, I'm saying OS. Yeah. So not able to draw this, but yeah, this is also here also we have OS layer. Here also OS layer. Here we have OS layer. So this can be these three components. It can be in your laptop or some public cloud or private cloud. Okay. So mainly here we have a hypervisor, right? So this is a hypervisor I'm talking about. So what is a virtual machine? So virtual machine is a machine, simple way, which a machine which we create on top of physical server physical server with the help of hypervisor. Now in a virtual machine you can do everything what you can do here, everything, literally you can do everything. Okay, so this is the at a high level, this is operating system, and then application runs here, 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 here. Okay, so these are the virtual machines you can create. So which are the top popular virtual machines which we have? A hypervisor we have. Using that, you can create a virtual machine. So most popular one is VMware. Okay, most popular are VMware. For the desktop, if you want to create, you have a VirtualBox. Okay, VirtualBox. We have Hyper-V from the Microsoft also, and we have Zen, KVM, and all many things we have uh, for this. Okay, so these are the popular hypervisor. You can also Google list of hypervisor. You will find more lists actually. You see here, these are the popular one. KVM, this one, Zen, Hyper-V, and from VMware, vSphere. VMware they have multiple products actually for this. So using this software, you can create a virtual machines on top of hardware, physical server. Okay. So any questions so far, guys? All of you?
No.
Okay. So now the question is, today in this session, which virtual machines we will create and how we'll create. So first I'll create the virtual machine using VirtualBox. VirtualBox. And this VirtualBox software, which we downloaded from the internet. So let's say I'll go internet here and click download. And this on the virtualbox.org. This is the hypervisor. You have to download. Okay. So here you have a download for Windows. This is for OS. This is for Linux. So most of the time we'll do that in the Windows. So here you can download and get it done. Now once you install this VirtualBox, okay, after that you will create a VirtualBox VM. So in this laptop, I have already installed the VirtualBox. This one exe you will download. Next, 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 and finish. That's all. Nothing great about installing. Okay. Your machine which you are running, which you are using for VirtualBox, the hardware, it should be VT enabled. There's some prerequisite also. Anyways, just you don't need to check actually. If VT is enabled, that you will be able to create. If not enabled in BIOS, then anyways you'll get some error, so you can fix that also after that. So VT enable should be there in the BIOS. Most of the laptop nowadays is coming with VT enabled. Some laptop, if not, then you can enable this. Okay. So even though if you're getting this laptop from the enterprises, company organizations, all this will have a VT enable by default. VT enable means virtualization enable. Okay. That error you will get it if it's not enabled. So I download this step number one. Step number one, install VirtualBox, and that you will do that. So now, if I open a VM a VirtualBox 9.1, so this will be the tool, Oracle VM Virtual. Okay, see here. And you look at this, I have so many VMs actually, so many VMs. You see that I have a few VMs for CentOS, Ubuntu, and Kubernetes, GitLab, New Relic, Dynatrace. So I have a different sessions, right? So different VMs I created. Now there is one VM which I keep it template. That means whenever I need it, immediately I'll get operating system. Where is that? Here it is. So if I want the new operating system, then I immediately get it. So the question is, how do we create a VM? So you have install the VirtualBox. Step number two, you need to download the image. Download a image. Now this image is a time consuming things. Okay. This image, it is a 4 GB, 3 GB or something like that. So which image you will download? So simple, you just type CentOS OS image and it will take you to the centos.org website. For all of our trainings, primarily we are using CentOS only. So you see here, this is the image and this is 7 version, CentOS 7 and some other image. So you click on the download here and here you have 7 version and here X, your architecture is X86-64. Don't go for any of these architecture. These are not yours. IBM ARM for mobile, i386 for the older one and all. So you don't go for this. So here you go for this. And you see here, these all are the mirrors where you can get the downloading the OS image. Whichever you wanted, one of this, you click on it and you will get started the downloading the image. So this is the one place where from where you can download the image. CentOS. But what about Ubuntu? Same way you'll do that. Ubuntu OS image download, enter, and here you have Ubuntu. So Ubuntu, here if you see, it's a desktop edition. Desktop edition means you will get the UI also. Okay. So you have a server editions also. So here you see, this is the desktop edition and install desktop. So this is the desktop edition here. Desktop edition means you will get a UI also and command line also you can work with it. So you can use this one also. If you want the server edition, you can click on here. You see the server edition. Here this is a server edition. Server edition you don't get a UI like a Windows you get a UI, right? You don't get, you have to work with the commands. So anyway, whichever you are comfortable, download it here and keep it in your boxes. Okay, desktop edition. And these are the three images sufficient for your use cases. Okay, so this is the step number one, install the VirtualBox. Step number two, download the image. Step number three, create a VM. Okay, create a VM. So I have already VMs, some of the VMs I stored in my download locations. If you see that here. So let me show you software. Hmm. So here, some of the images I'm having already. See, these VMs I downloaded from these links only. Here, these links. So I have these images. Ubuntu, you have CentOS 7, we have. So this is a 4 GB, this is a 1.3 GB, this is 1.4 GB. So something like that. It's a pretty large image. Okay. So after this, what you're going to do? Create a VM. How do we create a VM? So I'll just go here and create a VM in front of you. So click new. Now this is the demo. Okay. I'll name it VM whatever you want. And wherever you want to copy this machine image, let it be. It's a default location. Now type of image is Windows or Linux. So you have other options also like Mac, IBM and other stuff, but right now hardly use. Go for the Linux, and here you have to select the which flavor of Linux you want to use it. So here you have Linux, you see Arc, Debian, you have Fedora, you have Gentoo, you have Red Hat, you have. So CentOS is a Red Hat family. Remember that. CentOS image is from the company called Red Hat. So you can use that here and Ubuntu also. So Red Hat 64-bit. Okay, and then next. Now here you have to specify how much memory size you want to give it. Okay, so let's say start with the 2 GB. So 2 GB is sufficient for the server edition, and 3 GB you can go for the desktop edition. In Linux, I'm talking about. Now, so in that case, your laptop should be having at least 8 GB or 16 GB of RAM. So remember that your laptop should not get hanged because of lack of RAM. So assign 2 GB. Next, here you have three options for the hard disk. So here I'm saying, hey, do you want to attach the hard disk some other hard disk, or you want to use existing hard disk, or do you want do if you don't want to add a hard disk, that is also okay. But here I'm going to create a hard disk. That's a default setting, 8 GB, which I can change a little bit later also. Now, what is the type of hard disk? So whenever you create a VMs, these are the types of hard disks we have. So VMDK we have, VHD you have, VDI you have. I'll go with any one actually. That's hardly least matter right now. VDI is okay. Now dynamically allocated and fixed size. That means whatever the size you are allocating, it should be automatically set. It should consume that much of size, or it should be slowly increase that. So dynamically allocated. And this is the size 8 GB which you're selecting. You can increase, decrease. Let's say 30 GB you want, 20 GB you want, something like that. Depends on your need, and then create. So VM has been created in this demo. Now in this VM, you have to feed the operating system. Remember that. So VM has been created, and after that, step number 4, install OS using image. Okay. So how do you do that? So here, if you go to this virtual demo and click on the setting button, I will ask you to spend the time with these options: general tab, system, display, storage, audio, network, serial ports, USB, share folders, user interface. Many options are there. So just get comfortable with it. Generally, you have basic, advanced. So many of these options you may not understand. It's okay, but slowly you get used to it. Okay, so right now I just need one option which is under the storage. Here I want to load the operating system that here. So here you will see controller ID empty, and here I want to load this operating system. So these are the operating system I previously loaded actually. That's the reason it's there. Or you can in fact choose a disk file and all this thing you can do that. Here it is. Okay. So you can load this let's say CentOS 7. Okay. By the way, CentOS 7, the one which I have downloaded, it's a minimal version which I have in software locations. So click OK. So here I attach that the disk image which has operating system boot devices using that. So again, that tutorials I have shared with you yesterday only, I guess. So it has all this print streams also. So now, yes, that is done, and then you start this VM. Now installation of OS, it will take 5-10 minutes, more than that, 5-10 minutes minimum, and this you have to do that. So you see here demo one operating system have installed. So here you have a two options: install the OS, test this media www. Of course, install the OS. It's CentOS 7. Now, guys, one thing here in the VM, if you look at this, it will install the VM and it will prompt you country, time zone, this, that, username and password, and also like that. Okay, so you'll have to go through this. So this is the language you want to select. And here, okay, one thing here, you are you able to hear me,
Yes, Rajesh.
guys? Are you? Yeah. So guys, understand that if your cursor you have selected inside, you can come out of using right side, right control alt, right side of your control alt. See here, you follow my cursor. I'm outside. The moment you click inside, then your cursor will not work. So remember that. So your cursor will inside. So what you have to do, because there are some UI issues here, so you have to play with um, keyword. So here I play with the keyword. I make sure that I went to the continue button and click next. So these are the options, you can change it. And here you need to fill the disk. Okay, fill the disk. So here scroll down a little bit. My cursor is little annoying actually, but I'm using through the my keyword. You can see me. So here installation destination. I'm not able to show you that area. Okay, but if you go to the installation destination, click enter, and here you say done. Okay, okay, that's that. So you have selected the disk, which is 30 GB or whatever it is, and through the keyword take it the control to the begin installation. And like this, enter. Now here installation is continue. You can set the password also, root password. So again with the keyword you can play root password. So my root password is Rajesh123, Rajesh123, enter. Okay, so again take the control to the done button, enter, and now it will, you have done everything. Just the two annoying things you will have it. This it can be automated using the command line also if you feel annoying, but yeah, this is the UI part. So once it's installed, okay, once it's installed, you get one operating system here, and this is what template I have created. So usually what I do, I create one CentOS operating system and keep it as a template, fresh one. And let's say I want to create a new one from that. So I'll click on right click, and here you have multiple options: move, remove, start, normal start, headless start, detachable. Normal start is always you will use it. Now here I'll clone it. Clone it means this I'll create one new machine from this and full clone. Within a second you will be having clone, so that way you don't have to create again that operating system. And now you start this. That's all. So I got one operating system which is starting, another one which is in installation in progress. It will take 5 minutes to install it, and password you just need to remember. This is the one which I cloned and from the template and start. Are you able to understand, all of you?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So now you have to give the username root inside that. Okay, it's not typing root. And if you want to inside, if you're inside, and if you come outside, right side of keyword control alt. Okay, remember that. That's the only thing we have to remember. The rest of the things okay. Now I logged in actually. I don't know whether you can see the font style or not. Here you can improve the view, adjust the all this stuff here. Scale mode you can do, full screen mode you can do. Okay, this is the full screen mode. And okay, so now what I want here, I want only one thing. Please remember that you have to enable the network. So by default it may not be enabled, so what you have to do, you have to enable. So there's one command which is called nmeui, and here you can see click activate, and it's activated for me. Okay, so you have to check this network is activated or not. So activation is already done for me, so it says deactivated, that means it's activated. So I'll quit this. That is done. Now I'll do one more thing here. I'll go back to my base machines, Control Alt right side, and here I'll go and setting options, and here have a network. Now this is important. So guys, understand that uh, for me bridge is selected. You see that attached to the bridge adapter, but for you it will be NAT. So then you will say, Rajesh, why for you bridge will come and for me NAT? So default network is NAT only. But what I did, because I created a template right here, I just created this VM from the template, right? This one, this template. So in this itself, I set it up the bridge type. If you see that networking here, bridge. So that's the reason any machine which you create from that, it will be bridge only. Okay. Now if you see that this machine demo one, let me show you setting, the one which I created just now for you, and go to network. See here is a NAT. So now the question is, what is the difference between NAT and bridge? So let's understand the simple way. Okay, here let's understand the simple way. So this is your laptop. Okay, uh, let's create a laptop little smaller. This is your laptop. Now this laptop, you have one network, and this is your home network. It can be your office network also. This home network, and a home network, you have one router, right? All of you, one router is there, right? And this router, you have a bridge also, but is built in. And now which you have one VM here. Are you comfortable so far? Hello?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Rajesh.
Yeah. So this is the VM you have here. Now the problem here is this is the VM. So when you select the NAT, then what will happen? when you select the NAT, then what will happen? They'll create the network somewhere in the, I'm just telling you in this, at a high level, not complicate the networking concept. They'll create a NAT here. That means it will be scope of that network will be only limited to the your host only. That means this VM, whatever the network IP address you are getting, this will be accessible only in the same machines. So let's say if you create another VM, so this machine and this machines connect with the one bridge, which is NAT here, and this machine will be connected, this machine will be connected, and this machines will get the network from the internet from the host machine, and this machine and this machines can connect easily, no problem. From here you can connect here, from here you can connect here. All this thing it can be done. So it's a NAT. So here we create one virtual NAT actually, and which attach all the VMs inside that. So if you want to connect to this NAT devices directly from your host machine and from outside, you cannot do that. But this is where we'll use a bridge. So bridge, what we are doing, bridge, see here, understand. In the bridge mode, this laptop is connected to this bridge because of it's a wireless Wi-Fi router bridge, all this thing. And you are saying, hey, this network, this VM also should be connected to the bridge. Okay, that means whatever you are getting in your laptop, IP address range, you will get the same thing directly from the bridge. Now the via the host network. That's all. So bridge network, which will help you to you can connect from your machines to VM easy way through the putty. NAT you will not be able to do that. Okay, you have to work for the NAT. You have to work here just like that. But if I have a bridge, I can work from outside. So see here, this operating system is set up. The one which
Rajesh, one
I,
question on that.
yeah,
Let's say I have two laptops connected to the same router. Will I able to connect the VM
yes,
through that?
yes. It's like same router, multiple devices are connected, so you will be able to do that. Okay. So now you see that this is the demo machine, okay, which I created in front of you. And earlier I was using different machine, which is, see, these are demo machines. Okay, let me check the network. This is a demo machine, remember. So root and Rajesh123. Now if you see that it's attached to the NAT, and you see here this you see that network was not active, so you have to activate actually. Okay, edit the connections, and here there's one more options you can say next time, for next time automatically connect space. So here I said automatically connect means next time if I restart the VM, automatically it should be connected to the network, activated the network. Okay, so these are the things you have to do, and I just now activated. This is the setup. You do that networking. Now what you do from here, here you have NAT, you have convert to the bridge. Before I'll tell you the IP address range. I press some button actually. What? So here I will shut down this template clone right now. Now here this is the one. Yeah. So remember that whenever you go for the scaled view, okay, host C. So you have to, or host F. So if you want to come back, you have to do the same thing, host button F. So now this is the demo machine. So which we have, look at the IP address, IPA. Right now, net IP address range start with a 10.x. If you look at the 10.0.2.15. So now I want the my bridge to be connected. So what I will do, go to the setting, network. Here I select the bridge. Bridge, mine is Qualcomm wireless adapter. So I'm connecting to the devices wireless, means Wi-Fi. Done. Now you see that IP address. Now you have to reboot actually. Let me see if automatically changes. No, it's not changed. So what I'll do, I change the network. Automatically it should change. A second, hold on. Okay, so I'll just go and nmty activate, deactivate once, activate once again. It's taking a little time because of network change. So safer way, it's a safer way. You just restart it. So I'm doing this one. Shut down this VM. How do you shut down? Power off, and now power on. That's all. So your VM is ready for use for using from your desktop. Okay. So these are the things you have to do. I have to click on the inside the VM, root Rajesh 123, and see IPA. Now still it's not enabled. So nmty. I'll go activate this. So it's activated, right? So clear the screen. IP. Still it's not coming. Nmty. I will deactivate, activate it once again. So it should fetch the IP address from my router, Wi-Fi router. So that is taking time. Yeah, done. Back, clear the screen, IPA. Now you see that the IP address you got it 192.168.0.111. So that IP address is from the router actually. In fact, you see that my laptop, what IP address you get it. I'm showing you my laptop. Okay. So if config, oh no, sorry, IP config, right? Yeah. So IP config, see here, same range 192.168. Here also 198.168. So what you should do? So this VM is ready. Your VM is ready. Now, how do we connect actually? Okay. So select step number 5. Select a disk source. It will prompt you. Step number 6. 6. Select root password. Okay. VM is ready. Now after that, what we are going to do? Step number 7. Enable. First of all, select networking bridge mode for ease of use, and then step number 8, enable and activate network using command line nmtui. So Are you understanding all of these steps?
Yes, sir.
Rajesh, I have one query. The
Mhm.
like you did have shared the link in context to installing the Linux Mint as well. So while
Yeah.
after installing the Linux Mint OS, so I was not getting the local host or the root login directly with the virtual name. It is asking for login. So when I was entering the Docker installation commands, it was not working at that point of time.
Okay, so use this image for time being. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Different images we have different behaviors. So use this image for time being. Any other questions, guys? So now the question is, how do we
I have
connect them?
one question.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah. Tell me. Yeah.
can you hear
Yeah. I
me?
can hear. Yeah. I can hear you. People can hear me,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's lagging a little bit. My question
Yes.
is, I have installed a Linux installation of the Ubuntu distribution, and I
Hmm.
have done it using the Windows app. Would that be okay to use for the sessions?
Yeah. Yeah. That will be okay. Yeah. No problem.
And that
Windows app means
okay.
Windows
The reason
operating
I did
system,
it
right?
because I currently do not have good internet speed. Yes, in Windows operating system.
Yeah. Same thing. Yeah. That's not a problem. Only that in your laptop, if you are setting up the environment in your
Thank you.
laptop, you should have a good RAM. That's all. Yeah. So now the question is, guys, how to connect Linux VM? Answer is SSH. How to connect Windows VMs? Answer is WinRM. WinRM right now is not in scope, but just for the information I shared with you. WinRM or uh, RDP. Okay. So now the question is, next question, SSH we will connect. What are the SSH client available? Right. So I have some blogs for that. You can you may refer it. So SSH client. So this is the one also. Yeah. So here list of free tools you can use it. This is you can use Putty Connection Manager, Super Putty, MOBA Extreme, M Remote NG. These are the tools we can use it. But these are the advanced tool. Okay. But simple one which you want to use it, Putty. So Putty. So I'll just share with you the Putty. So here, this whatever the article I'm sharing with you, please read this. Okay. Don't ignore it because I want you to build that information. So here, this is also good. See all this screenshot you have here. Okay. For all this stuff. Now I want to show you the one thing which is this one. So this is for the Linux AWS, but Putty installation you get it here. See, download. No, not this one. Yeah. Download the Putty from where? Here, and image you have here, and this is how you can use the stuff. So downloading you can do through here. Okay, downloading you can do through putty here. So putty download you can do through here. So don't download the putty from anywhere. Why I'm giving you a specific path? Because putty, if you put it in Google, you may get lost with various spam URL also. And if by mistake, if you install some utility, which will have a virus, there will be a problem for you. So because the moment you take a putty, it is coming from different sources. So this is the official source for putty. Are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah. So
Yes,
this
we
is
can
the
see it.
Can you
uh, so this is
can
the
you please
installer
put the
MSI.
link in the chat as well?
I'll share this. I'm creating for you only these notes. Okay. So
Thank you.
this is the installer, but I don't like installer actually. Okay. So I like something which is binary only. So this one you can go and get it. Okay. This one. This is not installer. Just you can download and use it. Now you have multiple other utilities also. So simply, if you go on with the training, I'll tell you some of the like putty generator, putty gen, somewhere it will be there here. So it's required to you to convert that one private key to another private key. So that will help you. So I'll teach you all this stuff. But right now you need either you go for this one, install it with through the wizard, but I don't like it. So I go for this one. It's up to you. Okay, so I have already downloaded the putty. So here it is, putty.exe, the downloadable version. This is the one. So what to do? So I'll give the IP address. So IP address is 192.168.0.111. So 192.168.0.111. And SSH, of course, don't change anything else. 22 by default port, everything is as usual. By the way, this tool is very powerful. If you really are troubleshooter in the networking and Linux, lots of settings are there. So this is the one
Yes.
tool I'm using and accept. So guys, now you can control all this view and all, change settings. So many options are there. So I'll change the appearance 14, 10, 14, bold command, all this thing. See. So now root and password is Rajesh123. Okay, done. So now you will start working with it. So now working here is very difficult. Copy paste will be almost impossible. So what do you do? Use using putty. Now let's say if you say Rajesh, I don't like putty. What will do? So for that I told you right, you can use MOVA. MOVA. I'm using MOVA also. Here MOVA Extreme for the production servers. Advanced version. This is the MOVA. You can use remote ng also. Okay. I'm remote ng. Okay. So I'm using multiple one. So it's up to you which one you want it. You're beginning, right? Beginner. So most of you, if not, then use this putty. But if you like to use lots of other stuff, then this blocks will help you all the land. Sorry, this one. This blog will help you with all this stuff. So whatever URL I share, please spend some time. It will be useful for you to learning your experiences. Okay, so finally I got the Linux and I've started working actually. Now what to do? So that is where guys you have to run the basics command. Now what basics command? So many basics command I would like to list out and you're going to become a pro in it. Now let me tell you here guys, Linux is just a practice. Linux is not there from last 1 year or 2 years. It's there from last 30, 40 years actually, even before my birth. So I don't think so you'll struggle for some commands or some tutorial. Okay. You just your wish, your will, will do the things. Just again. Yeah, sorry. So are you able to hear me, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, sir,
sorry.
Rajesh, I can
Yes,
hear you.
Rajesh.
Yeah, so the commands there, see, there are 500 commands, more than that actually. But don't get scared. Practice will make you perfect. In fact, I'll tell you my experience. When I joined my first company, the first time I worked with Linux in first company. Before that, I was in college time. We had a course, we had a syllabus and all stuff like that. It was there, but I did not even touch actually. Okay, so Linux is the first time I touch uh, in my company, and since then I started loving Linux, not Windows. That means if I want to do any software engineering work, only Linux. Do not touch Windows because Windows is time consuming for each and everything. Okay, so now which are the command you should focus on it? So first command you should focus on it, ls. Second command I would say cat. Third command more. Now this command I'm giving you based on my daily use cases and memories. But I just said more than 500 commands are there. So ls, cat, more, less, cut. Um, you have ps, you have df, you have dk. Okay, du. Sorry, du. Okay. So some of the networking command like ping, netstat, trace. Okay. Some of the system related command. This is the one. Some of the vi editor we have to learn. Vi editor and vim also if you want to. Nano is there, but don't spend too much of time. Vi is sufficient for you. Okay, so multiple editors are there. Editor means you know that notepad, right? Just like that, notepad like this. These are multiple editors here. These are the commands. Okay, uh, find, grep, very important command. Set, very important command. Okay, so these are the commands which you use on daily basis. Grep, find,
You,
all these are commands.
you
Now the
forget
question is
sudo. You forget sudo, which is very important.
which one?
Sudo.
Sudo, yeah, just a second. So permissions and related. So we'll get chown, chmod. Okay, user add. Okay, here user del. Hardly use del actually. Add you will use it. Okay, user group related command you will use it. Okay, and now authentications command you will use like a sudo. Okay, sudo. So these are the commands I as of now I'm able to recall. So these are the commands which are daily commands which you see that. Now the question is, do we have any list of commands? Yes, I have a list of commands here and here. Sorry, not logs. Log. Am I audible, right? Hello, I'm audible.
Yes,
Yes,
Rajesh.
you are.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. I think my internet has some issues today. It's not giving me some. It's confusing me actually today. Okay, no problem. So here Linux commands. Okay. So here if I go and search for it, right? All of you? Hello?
Yes, sir. You are audible,
Yeah,
Rajesh.
sorry. Yeah, there's some problem with my end, I guess. Yeah. So Linux command, you see here. So this command sections which I created, okay, Linux commands for Linux user, okay, and this is for administrator. Where is that? Linux commands for Linux user and administrator. So this is for Linux tutorial for. So this two tutorials, we have all the commands which you need to learn and practice. Now guys, this command I'm going to tell you for user, Linux user. So here you have, look at this, these are all the section. These are the file commands and you have to practice it. You have to read this here. And this is the command for removing the files and directories. This is command for copying the files and directories. This is the command for moving. This for the soft link. This for just touching the and changing the timestamp on creating files. More, cat, head, tail. Okay. These are the command for counting the lines of word, character, and all stuff like that. This command for the cutting the some string from this some file. Date command, awk command, diff command for differentiating between the two files. Short commands we have. CD commands we use a lot. This is important. So you have to practice it very well. tar command we have it. Transfer command, SAP, rsync, you have to practice it. It's important. In terms of user and groups command, you have ID, last, who, w, user add, group add, sudo you have here, delete, user mode, change group. If you want to install some packages and all, so yum install, yum command you have, apt for Ubuntu, okay. RPM, if you are RHL, you can use with RPM also, okay. So this is the stuff. This is a command for the process related. Top, kill, pkill, all these things you have to try. And system management command you have here. And some of the others commands you have. W, WMI. If you see the disk management, disk uses command you have here. Du, df, and all stuff like that. SSH command you have for that how to log into other machines. File permissions like chmod, chown you have here. Networking related commands you have here. Okay. Variables you want to set in the variables, you can use this one. Some of the shell command management you have here, slip, creating aliases and stuff like that. Keyword, you have to remember all this thing, how to work with it. Keyword commands. File related commands you have here. Okay, Linux file. Comparison commands. And you see here, diff command and so on. Start command. And this one. So this command you have to, at any cost, you have to practice it. And here in this page, I have administrator command like su, password, ulimit, source, locate, od, check config, okay, service, group add-on or stuff like that. So this is the heading of the commands. Now Google is the best resources, but I'll share with you some of my resources also. So if you go to the DevOps school and / commands, my screen is visible, right? All of you. I'm asking because I have some internet issues today, so I'm feeling that actually.
Yeah, it's visual.
Yeah. Okay. So now, guys, let me tell you that it's a very noble work actually. So, do you see this URL? This software we have developed, and let me tell you here, any commands. I mean any commands, not Linux. Okay. Any tools which we have in the world, and for that any commands we have and examples, I'm we are creating this database. Okay, we are creating the database. That means here you can find blindly, you can come and search for any commands. But the only thing is the pace of feeding the command is very slow. Okay, so see here, you can see the list of commands which you filled. So here we have a Linux command, which is, you see the Linux, how many commands you have? 1, 2, 2, 9. Means 1200 commands you have in Linux actually. Okay, out of which how many examples I have fed so far? 460. And like that, if you see other tools also, let's say Docker command. I have 60 commands for it, Docker, the one session which we had last time. Examples I fed 70. So slowly I'm feeding up and lots of tools is added here. Slowly this place is going and giving develop. So now let's say if you want to search, because Linux command is there, I want to search for it. So go for the Linux command. And here, these are the Linux command. See, now you have to search because it's a pretty large list, right? So you have to search. Let's say I will search the grep. Grep is not coming. Why? Okay, here. So grep is here. And you see that this is the grep command. Okay. Now, if you go for some examples, there's no examples as such. A little unplanned way. Let's find here. I think there's some problem in this. No problem. So I'll tell you how to get it. So Linux command. Just a second. No, there's a functionality issues. Data is there. I fixed these issues last time, but it's okay. Find. Okay, go to find. So here Linux and find. So first click here. Okay. Or now grep. See here. So grep I fed, so I remember that. So now whatever the grep options is, grep is very powerful command and you need grep every day. Okay. So now here you have all these commands you will find like this. You see hundreds of examples at one place only. So you don't have to search any other places. But right now, the only disadvantage what we have is this platform is still being developed. Okay. So here you have how to convert a grep expression for this, how to do this, you have this, how this you have. So for everything you'll have a commands like that, but slowly it's developing. One thing which we have is the things if anyone can contribute also. So let's say command C of commands, you will see here C of commands. But one thing, anyone can contribute also. Okay. So those who wants to contribute, let's say you are learning some tools like Azure, and you have a commands knowledge, and you want to share this knowledge here, so you can share it. So it's like open platform, anyone can share. So those who want to share these commands and create a list of commands here for your own reference and for the people reference also, you can come and contribute. You can budge me those who wants to contribute. But yeah, here also you'll get a for time being 460 commands I have fed, but sooner we'll have, let's say in the next 1 or 2 months, we'll have more than 10,000 commands at one place. This is the commands. Now, one thing also I want to show you, which is called shortcuts, which you need to remember that. So command reference is done. Do you have shortcuts? Here it is. Okay, so shortcuts. That is very important also. So here you have a shortcut. You will have a shortcut. All the shortcut for your different operating systems, different tools, will have it here. And there's one more thing which I want to share with you, which is called cheat sheets. Cheat sheets means something which you want to get it done quickly. You don't want to search Google, and here you have a cheat sheet for that. And this you can try it out also. So now here you see, let's say Docker cheat sheet. So here this is a Docker cheat sheet. And let's say Git fundamental cheat sheet. So this is the Git fundamental cheat sheet, you have it. Like that, you have a one all cheat sheet at one place. You don't have to look for the document. These are the best cheat sheets which we have assembled and got it together. So this is how you can learn, and these are the commands which you will have to learn. These are the commands which you have to learn. Now I'm not running each command, because the moment we'll start running all these commands, it'll become a full day actually, and more than that. So you have to practice it. But again, if you're stuck, you can buzz me on the WhatsApp and I'll help you with that. Any questions on that?
No.
Any questions on that? So this is the assignment actually. Okay, all this command you have to run after getting the machines and getting done. Let me tell you here, again repeat, these all commands are compulsory for you to practice it. If you don't practice it, then it will be difficult for you to work on daily basis. You'll struggle every day. So you struggle for 2 months and 3 months, and after that you wake up and you practice it, or you practice it now itself and then you don't struggle for next few months. So it's up to you. All of you understood this?
Yes.
Hello? Okay. Now after this, what you're going to do? So guys, I'm going to teach you some of the things which we do to manage the VMs. So you know what? You know what? We are not we are using this VMs for sure, but there is a one more automation tool. I'm just automation tool which can help you to speed in your work. I mean, development environment. Today I'm focusing on the development environment. Okay, that means how do we set up an environment, how do we work and stuff like that. So there's one tool which I want to teach you, and that's called Vagrant. Okay, that's called Vagrant. So this tool is very important. So let's start learning, and that is Vagrant. So I need a little bit of PPT support for it. Yeah. So the question is, what is Vagrant? So Vagrant is tool for developers. When I say developers, means anyone who's working and creating of VMs a lot, different kind of VMs. So it can be anyone. Developer means software engineers. You should not think only those who write a code for the product is a developers. Even you guys are developers, because also you will be writing a code for CI/CD, operations, infrastructure, CI, all this stuff you will write it soon. So what is a Vagrant? So it's a tool for developers. Now this is a VM management tool. Okay, this is a VM management tool which we have. Now question is, what is a VM management? See, hypervisor will create a VM for sure. Okay, so the hypervisor like Hyper-V and all stuff like that. So that will create your VM for sure. That will create, start, stop the VM. But we need little bit more better tool, which is little bit faster and better. And sharing the VMs will be easier, and all the stuff. So my question is to all of you, like let's say this is a VM which you created today, and you install all the VMs, all the software inside the VMs, and after that you want to share this VM with someone else. So what are you going to do? Tell me, any one of you. Let's say you install all the software here, and you want to share this VM with one of your colleagues. So what are you going to do for that? Tell me, all of you, any one of you.
I guess you give out the IP address.
No, sharing means your VMs sharing, not IP address, not access
Yeah.
sharing.
Snapshot, creation of snapshot or something.
Yeah, we will package it and send it actually.
Yeah. So what you'll do, you'll go here and file, okay, and here you will put export appliances, okay, okay, export appliances. So this all VMs, stop the VM and create export appliances. So once you do that, it will create one image, again one image, which will have all the software which is installed, and then that file you will send it to the person. So now, in an automation world, this is not a very UI, any UI specific work is not recommended. Automation work is not recommended. So what we do? So we use some automation tool. That's where the Vagrant is coming. How Vagrant is not a replacement for the VirtualBox, but it's a complement, actually, complementary tool. So Vagrant works with the hypervisor like VMware or VirtualBox. Okay, it's not a replacement for the VMware or VirtualBox. Okay, it's an automation tool for the development. Okay, so here how it works, I'll teach you. So here you have it's a VM management tool. It can automate the setup of your development environment. So when I said automate the setup of a development environment means, let's say, think simple. Okay, now you want to create a VM, you want to install some you want to copy some files, you want to install some software, you start enabling some services, and for that you have to run hundreds of commands. And now this activity you have to do 10 times in a day. Okay, you created a VM just like I did, I showed you. I logged into the VM, and after that I will run hundreds of commands to install, copy some software, set up my software, and then after that create appliances with the one using these options. Export appliances. So one time if you do, that's okay. You can do that. You'll feel good. But if you start doing 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, then you'll get irritated. So what you would want it, you will be saying that, hey, let's automate it. Let's automate it. And that's where that Vagrant is coming into the picture. So Vagrant will help you to automate the setup of your development environment of using VM. Are you understanding that use cases of Vagrant? All of you?
Yes, right. Yes.
Yeah. So this will help you to automate that work actually, what you are doing on daily basis. So it will save time, and that's time. Saving time is everything, right? Time is most precious. So now what to do? So nothing else. You need to have a laptop, which you have it. You need to have a um, you need to have a VirtualBox installed, which you have it. You need to have a laptop. You need to have a VirtualBox installed, and then you need something else which is called box. Now, what is a box? One by one, I'll tell you. So, yeah, prerequisite is VirtualBox and Vagrant. So, Vagrant has to be installed. Now, the question is, how do we install the Vagrant? So, guys, Vagrant installation is not installation, actually, it's just copy paste. Okay, so first question is how to install Vagrant in Windows. Okay, so that's the question. Let me see if I have some tutorials blocks for it, and I don't remember the Vagrant. And here, yes, we have some this tutorials you can follow for installing the Vagrant. So here you see, download the Vagrant from here, and after that executable next, whatever it is. And how do we verify the Vagrant? Vagrant version on the command line and help. So done. Vagrant installation is done. Using this, you can do that offline. In my laptop, it's already installed, I think. CMD Vagrant hyphen version. Yeah, it's the latest one of the latest one only. So Vagrant. Now this tool, I must give you some of the information. This tool is to automate VMs for development, which we discussed. VMs for development means you create a VM, you run 20, 30, 40, 100 commands, and then after that you keep repeating that stuff. So for that you want to automate it and you want to share with your colleagues, peers, team, and it's very difficult. So Vagrant is enabling you to share the image in an easy way. This is something which we do that using Vagrant. Now this is a tool, it's been developed by developed by HashiCorp. This is the product of HashiCorp actually. So HashiCorp, anyone knows this company, right? Anyone have idea about this HashiCorp? Anyone?
Who developed Terraform?
Yes. So HashiCorp is a company. You must know about this company. They have a product which is Vagrant, the one we are learning. They have a product which is called Terraform. They have a Packer. They have a Vault. They have console. There are so many products which will teach you actually. So in fact, in this session, if you have opted for DevOps or SRE or DevSecOps, you will learn most of the tools. Like in DevOps, I think only Terraform and Vagrant is there, but SRE we have a console also. We have other tools also. So yeah, they all their tools are very very latest and very effective in terms of solving the problem of the day-to-day activity in SDLC cycle. Okay, so it's written in Go actually. This tool is written in Go. So if you want to automate something, customize something, you can do in Go. So yep, the version which we have, Vagrant version, the one which you saw, it is a 2.x. There's no other release actually, it's open source product and it's freely available. So there's no need to buy any licenses as such. So yes, this is a little bit of intro about the Vagrant. So you understand that Vagrant is automating the VMs for the development activities. And how to install it, Vagrant, you have to install like this. So that's done. Okay. So now I'm just, Now the question is, how do we get started? How do we get started? So guys, here, these are the steps you have to follow. Add a Vagrant box, create a VM, configure the VM, and set up your environment, project environment. So what exactly that means? So I'll make it very simple here. Here, uh, first question is what is box? What is box? In Vagrant we call it a box, but what is box? So guys, let me ask you one question. When you set up operating system just now, VM, what you downloaded? What
VirtualBox.
you down?
Image.
What you down?
Image.
Image, right? OS image. Now this format it was in ISO, correct? Okay. This format which you had in ISO format. But you know what? This VirtualBox supports multiple different kind of formats also. Let me packaging format. So if you click on the import appliances and here you see that OVF file, OVF format also they support. Okay. Open virtualization format. So if you select here, they will see this is the OVA OVF. So this is the format OVA OVF file they support. That means packaging, if you want to package that VM, okay, this is the OS image, which is ISO. But VMs, you want to package it for other people, then OVA file you have to create and OVF file you have to create. So if you export it, see here, if you export it, these appliances, see which one, this one, and export mode, and here, see here, look at this, OVA. Okay. So this is the packaging format on VirtualBox. So different uh, hypervisors are there, and different packaging formats are there. OVA, OVF for VirtualBox. VirtualBox. So now the question was, what is a box? What is a box? So box is nothing but a package. Please understand that. Box is a package type for Vagrant. Simple. That means if you want to install VMs, you need to have a boxes. We call it a boxes. So box is a package type of in Vagrant, okay, for VMs. So for VMs, this is the package type. That means if you want to create a VMs using Vagrant, you need to have a boxes. Okay, you need to have a boxes. Now the question is, okay, fine, I understood that. Boxes, but from where we get it? From where would we get the boxes? Because if you remember that I downloaded the image from this website. This is the ISO image, I got it. OVA image I can create myself also. Here, OVA image I can create using the VM VirtualBox, OVA OVF. But how do we get this VM using Vagrants? How do we get the boxes? So actually you can create boxes. So if you go to the command line, where is that? Let me open up a command line. And Vagrant, if you say -HH for help, okay, there's a command line for creating a boxes. Let me show you. See here, so many commands are there. And out of this, see here. Okay, so using some commands like this, you can create this you can download and install the boxes, but this command actually. See here. Package a running Vagrant environment into boxes. That means you can create a package. This command will help you. But right now, I don't want to start with the creating a package and this, that, and all. So what we do in this case? So guys, I will download boxes. So from where we should download the boxes? So now I'll show you this. Go to this registry. See, Docker image you downloaded from where? You remember that? Anyone? Docker image you downloaded from where? Anyone remember?
Docker Hub.
Docker.
Hub.docker.com, correct? So like that, Vagrant also have one registry. Vagrant also have registry. What is the name? See, Vagrant ES we call it. See here. Vagrant ES. Here it is. See here. This is the site vagrantbox.es, a list of base boxes for Vagrant. Base boxes. After that, just like a hub.docker.com, you got lots of base image like Ubuntu, Fedora, CentOS, Debian, all these things. So here only you'll get a base boxes. After that, what you can do, you can take that boxes, run that boxes, install the software which you want, and create a new boxes out of it. And then share the boxes using different shared drives or FTP, SCP, whatever it is, with other people also. You can create a registry just like you see this website. You can create a registry like that also. So for that also you can create a place actually. So here, look at this. So many base boxes you have. So this is the boxes provided VirtualBox. Here we VMware. This is the website link, and the size you can see that. Okay, so if you scroll down, pretty much a lot of boxes you have actually. Different locations you can find these boxes. So let's say if you want to send to us, right? So see here, send to us, so many send to us we have. If you want Ubuntu, see so many Ubuntu boxes you have. See here. Windows also boxes you will have here. Windows, you see, Windows 7. And here you have few boxes of, here you see. So these are the boxes we have. So from where we have to download the boxes? We have to download from here. Now the question is, how do I download the boxes? How do I download the boxes? So guys, what you have to do, first thing, you have to go up here and you have to add their repository using this command. Look at this. I hope are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes, I have one
Or, yeah,
question.
yeah.
Uh, can we use these boxes in cloud as well, like Azure
Cloud,
for spinning up the virtual machines?
okay, think architecture. See, this is a hypervisor, which is a cloud, and then here you have VM. Now, can you install the hypervisor here? No, hypervisor require only physical server, right? So if there is no hypervisor here,
Yes.
you cannot have any VMs in the inside a VM. Basically, what you are wanting, hey, can I install the VMs inside the VM? Not possible, right? Correct, now? VM inside the VM, container inside a container, physical machine inside a physical machine, not possible, right? Getting me once.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So not possible. All the VMs you get it from the cloud, you actually it's a VM actually, powered by hypervisor. Okay. So now I was doing something. So yes. So I will download the boxes. So which command I am going to run? Only these three commands, guys. That's all. Only three commands. So how do I do that? So first thing, you should always work in the empty directory structure. I repeat, empty directory structure. So well, I'll go for this here C drive and tools, Vagrant. This is my installations. And here I have a VMs, 1, 2. I think this is the last demo. So I'll create one more directory here. This is July, right? So July. And what I want, let's say I'll go this time Ubuntu because CentOS I showed you already. This is a Ubuntu. Here it is. Now inside that I'll open up a command line. How? So CMD, easy way. You can trace also. It's up to you. So right now I created a command line. Now first thing I will download it. How do I download it? So for this I will go for this command vagrant box or vagrant box add. Okay, but before that, I have a curiosity. What are the commands supported for vagrant box? So -h. So this is how you learn actually yourself. Don't need to ask anyone's. In fact, Google also you don't need to ask. So which are the command available for vagrant box? I'll get to know. Okay, so just wait for it, few seconds. So you'll have a add, list, something like that. Those commands will have it. I think it's little slow, not sure why, but it should be fast actually. Huh. So here, how many commands you have? See, you can add the boxes, you can list the boxes, you can see the outdated boxes, you can prune means delete the one which is not even used, you can remove any boxes, you can repackage this, you can update the back boxes also. Okay, so many commands you have it. You have to learn like that and get doing. So how do you do that? Adding this, first listing it, showing you the list of boxes. Okay, so vagrant box list. Now, if you see that, I have a two boxes listed already. So in front of you, I did not download any boxes. but its listing is there. How? So basically it's from the previous session. I created this repo. So where these entries are located? So this entry, will be located in the user home actually. Let me try to fetch that quickly if I can find quickly. So do you have a vagrant.d somewhere? It's here. And all this, whatever the boxes you add it and download it, it's here only downloaded. Okay, look at this directory structure. It's almost 763 MB. So here only. So the data which is being read, actually, it is from this place only. All the boxes you have here. See here, 2 boxes. So this is where you have to remember that. That means if some of the files, if you're using too many boxes, and you can work with the command line also, and you manually also you can delete this. Okay. So this is the, let me close this multiple. So this is the 2 boxes. Now I'll go and add this time new boxes. So what is the box name? I'll keep it. So box add, and here you see title you have to add. If you're not sure about, again follow this -h concept, you'll get it. But I think that's more than sufficient. You understood that how to get the hell file. So vagrant box add title here. What do you want? So let's decide here. I want I want this time Ubuntu is, or let's go for RHL here. RHL 7.3. Okay, so this is the boxes cloud. So copy, and here title I'll give RHL 7.3, and title can be anything whichever you can correlate, and this is the URL. Okay, and after that done, enter. Now this boxes is being added, okay, to your machines. If you go and see the manually boxes, here one more directory will be coming, and that directory will have this image. See here. So here it says there's a message loading metadata www, and yeah, requested name and actual name, that's okay. Okay, and after that list this. Oh, it didn't come actually. So title I can keep it anything, but this name title is not taking. So what I'll do, I will try some other title, RHL something like this. I think I need to check if they have hard coded the name, but it should come now. It's downloading. Okay, again same thing. Okay, so now I'll be forced to use the same title. So because I cannot do anything here. So for that boxes, title is hard coded. Here you have some reasonings. Here it says cannot override the name. So this is a boxes is hard coded the name, so you cannot override it. But boxes should be created if you go for the some standard boxes, just like I had initially, this one and this one, which I kept it any name, any title as such, you can provide it. So depends on the which boxes you have used it, and let's see that. Now it's downloading. So yeah, this boxes is being allowed to download with that title only. So title it can be anything, but yeah, for that boxes it was hard coded the one which I chose. Okay, so now you see that here in this directory, it's still downloading. It will take some time. Okay, so just wait for it, and you'll get this. So now you have understood that how do we get the boxes. Okay, so this is the, let's go back to this. So here add a Vagrant box. I did this. Now next question is how do we create a VMs using that? How do we create a VM? Okay, so the answer is here only. You have to run in empty directory. You have to run init and the title which you applied during the downloading of the boxes. So it will initialize the Vagrant file. I'll show you one by one. Let it complete first one. Okay. So it's going to take a little bit of time. Meanwhile, what I'm going to do, can you see my screen, all of you? Here? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to use another Vagrant boxes because I don't want to wait downloading 500, 600, whatever the file is. Yeah. So here box list. So you can copy the command here, box list, and I have a few boxes already downloaded last time. So one of the boxes I'm going to use it. So I have a CentOS minimum and Ubuntu 16. So let's run this time Ubuntu 16. So for that, what I have to do, I have to initialize this Vagrant environment using that particular boxes. So here, Vagrant init. Init means initialization. Remember the directory should be empty. I repeat, directory should be empty. And Ubuntu and 16. Enter. So I'm initializing one Vagrant so Ubuntu 16 in my directory. It will create few files, which I'll show you just a second. Let it in, let it get it done. So now you see that here, please read this, don't skip. A Vagrant file has been placed in this directory. You are now ready for up. Up means starting the VM. Your first virtual environment. Please read the comments in a virtual file and da, 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 da. So now can I show you the directory? See here, Vagrant file. You should first get comfortable with it, and after that, if you feel like you want to customize the Vagrant VM, okay, you can do that. So here you have a lots of settings actually, which you can do that. All are commented by the way right now, but you can understand this is the few settings here. Few settings are here for the networking and all. You can set it up here. Okay, some port specification you can set it up here. Forwarding port and all, private network, all these things you can set it up here, and GUI, true, false, memory, how many you want to give it. So this is a default memory. If you want to change the memories for VirtualBox, you can modify this file. You want to run some commands while booting up that Vagrant, you can run this here. See here, this is the uncomment, and you can do that. So here running the update, install Apache. You can in fact run the configuration management tools also. Okay, so Ansible, Chef, Docker, Puppet. So Ansible, anyways, I'll teach you. Docker, which you can run the command Docker run, all these things, blah, blah, blah. So if you really want to do that. So yes, many things you have in this. If you really want to customize it right now, nothing is needed. And now you will go through this. So now we have initialized the one of the boxes, which is Ubuntu 16, using this command. This command. What is the last command? To up that VM, Vagrant up. Now let me remind you here. You see that all the boxes is shut down, power off. Only demo is running, which I don't need it right now, so I'll just shut it down. Demo also I shut it down. So all these machines I shut it down here. There's no running. So now remember that Vagrant need the one of the hypervisor. It can be VirtualBox, it can be VMware Workstation also. So VirtualBox is anyways there. We are using VirtualBox because of free, no problem. So here I'm going to make it up in the directory where you have Vagrant file. So Vagrant up basically will look for the file which is Vagrant file, which is here, and then it will start the VM automatically. So for that, up, enter. Okay. Now let it happen. Now you see that bringing machine default with the VirtualBox provider. The machine name will be created. Wait for it. It's importing from your virtual, the one which I showed you, 1 to 16. And here, any setups you have in Vagrant file, you have here. Networking 22 port is opened, some booting images and all. Just wait for it. Yeah. So your username is Vagrant and private key is also set in the same file. Okay. Just wait for it. So now I'll show you this here. Did you notice the last one? I don't know whether you can see my screen in the last section of the screen or not. Did you see that? All of
Yes.
you? Yeah. So this is the VM actually. So this is the VM which you got it, but through what? Through Vagrant. So this is the something which you can do about it. So almost done and ready. So your Vagrant box is ready to use. Now clear the screen. Okay. And here you should read each and everything, but you should also check this file one more time. See here. Okay. And logs for the creating the VMs is here. All the Vagrant box which you have here, you'll not be able to understand just like that because skeleton is little complicated. But over the period of time, you don't have to look for all this stuff. Okay, so done. So now what to do? Now what to do? So nothing. We have to log in. So now I'll do as a vagrant SSH. SSH means you have to log in. Now, how do I know the commands? So I just did -H, and here I had a many commands actually, including the SSH. So here up is done, and after that you have to use the vagrant. Okay, so see here, I just now did up. Okay, here you do up. If you want to destroy this VM, you can destroy. Okay, if you want to stop the VM, you can halt. Okay, in slides I have taught about it. Okay, login is for the remote Vagrant ES, which is not required right now. If you want to Linux, if you want to SSH to the Linux box, SSH. If you want to do the Windows box, RDP. If you want to run PowerShell, PowerShell. Okay. If you want to suspend the machines, suspend. If you want to see the status, status. Okay. If you want to validate if any changes you do in the Vagrant file and you want to validate the file, validate. If you want to connect the Windows machine through WinRM, WinRM. Okay. So all these things you have right now, and you can check the status. And you see here running VirtualBox and stuff like that. Here they have given you some tips also. And these all are easy to understand, so I don't think so you'll struggle for it. But right now I'll do SSH. So clear the screen. Now you know what? SSH I want to enjoy on the command line. So I'll close this. And I'll go to bash. Bash is the utility which you can enjoy here. Now the question is, what is a bash? So bash, I'll talk about it during the Git session. But here, huge basic Linux command and plus SSH operations using git bash. Now, how to install the git bash? So for that, I'm asking you to install this tool, git-scm. And if you come to this website, download for Windows. So it will definitely, you'll enjoy this tool. I'm using a lot actually nowadays. So I installed this git bash already, and I'll click here and open up a git bash here. Now git bash vagrant, I have set it up also, so it will be command line. You won't enjoy the Windows command line. You won't enjoy the as such. Its copy push is not allowed. So this is a bash. You see the color and all. So what I'm going to do, vagrant. First, I'll check the status. It will read the current directory, vagrant file, and you see here. Now I'll do the SSH. I'm logged into that vagrant. I forgot the name of the user actually. It was a vagrant user or something. Yeah. So guys, where are you right now? Can you any guesses? Where are you?
Inside the box that was downloaded.
Where are you right? Yeah. So you have logged into the SSH to the Ubuntu box which you created using Vagrant. Okay. So you have a Vagrant now. Now whatever you have in system, you can check this out. Okay. You can check this out. And after that, whatever you want to do it. So for example, here you have sudo -s. You can become a root. Let me check if sudo is there or not. See here. Exit. So now do whatever you want to install. Let's say this apt, right? Yeah. So you want to install a Apache. So apt get update. First update this because all the boxes will be having many configurations. Right now
I
update
have
is
one
failed. Why?
question.
Because yeah.
We have to do it with root.
So you
Tell
did
me.
Vagrant SSH and you log into the machine which we have installed right now, correct?
Yes.
If we have installed two machine, then what would we have to do to SSH into one particular?
Just two directory. Remember two directory. I remember that. Where are you? Let me show you one more time. Exit. This is the one directory, one VM. Another directory, if you want,
Okay,
see here. Another directory here you have. Another directory here we have. Got it?
okay, sure, yes.
So just like that. Yeah. So I'll do the SSH, and each directory will have one VM, and just go inside the directory, open the console inside the directory, and start working on it. It's very easy. So now you do whatever you want. So what I was doing actually, apt get update permission required. So sudo here, sudo so mind it here, not every users will be a part of the sudo list. You have to add that user into the sudo list. That also is one of the learnings, how to add a normal user into the sudo list with a password or without a password. In this case, it was not a password without a password. But sometimes you can add a in a sudo files with a password without a password. So those are the things also you have to practice it. Okay. So it's important for all of you. I would suggest you first spend few days with a Linux blindly with the patience you run all the commands, then start working on the any other tools. Why? Because it will save lots of your time because commands you might not remember, but just you have practiced one time. You don't worry about that like remembering the commands and all. Just remember the scenarios. In what scenario you use which command, and while working, you will immediately able to recall that, and immediately you will Google that particular command only, and then you will see the sub parameters, arguments, and all stuff like that, and it will help you. So update is happening almost 53%. So after the update, you install any tools like Apache, Tomcat, Java, Python, Perl, Ansible, Terraform, any tool for the sake of it. If you want to install it, you can do that. Now this why we are using Vagrant because makes the work very easier. You just add init up SSH, start working, and then after that halt, suspend, destroy. Simple. So your flow will be smooth over the command line and it will be fast. Again, you want to share these boxes to someone else, package that boxes and send it to someone else. And that's all. You can upload to some GitHub or something like that and get it done. So life will become very easier. Slowly you will get used to it, this kind of environment. But yeah, but keep practicing it. At least you run 3 commands only, but run it every day for all of your work. So that way, over the period of time, you will get comfortable with this whole ecosystem. Are you understanding all of you?
Yes, Anish, thanks.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do one thing. Let's have one break for 15 minutes. And once you come back from the break, I'll also cover some other topics also. Will that be okay for everyone?
Yeah, sure, thanks.
Yes.
Okay, Rajesh.